Welcome back to AR Tales. Today's story is about this moment she smirked. If you're jealous, go home. Loud enough for the whole beach to hear. As you listen, think about what you would have done next in his place. I am Liam, 31, and I work as a financial risk analyst in Denver. My girlfriend, Savannah, is 29, a lifestyle and fitness influencer with about 85,000 followers. We have been together for 2 years. Total opposites type of couple. She thrives on attention and being seen. I like to stay in the background and think things through. From early on, there was this pattern with Savannah. She would flirt with other guys in front of me. Not full-on cheating, at least not that I knew of at the time, but enough to make me feel like furniture in the room. When I brought it up, she would roll her eyes and say I was insecure or controlling. "Relax, I am just being friendly," she would say. After a while, I learned to go quiet and just observe. This is something a lot of people do. You stop arguing for your feelings because every time you bring them up, you are told they are the real problem. Last week, Savannah invited me to join her and some influencer friends for a long weekend at a resort in La Jolla near San Diego. She said it would be good for me to see her work environment and meet people in her circle. I agreed, partly because I wanted to understand how she acted around people who knew I was her boyfriend, not just random strangers. We arrived on Thursday. The resort was beautiful with a view over the beach. Her friends were exactly what you would expect. Always filming, always posing, always thinking about content. There was also a guy named Tyler, someone I had never heard about before. Savannah introduced him as a coworker from a brand collaboration. He seemed friendly enough, but he kept looking at Savannah in a way that made me pay attention. Friday was the beach day. That is when everything broke open. We had a private section of beach set up by the resort. Savannah was in her element, taking photos, laughing loudly, performing for the camera and for everyone around. I was sitting there with sunscreen in my hand because she had just asked me to grab it from our bag. A beach tour guide walked by. Young guy, mid-20s, fit, exactly the type Savannah usually noticed. His name was Aiden, and he was explaining tide pools to another group. Savannah waved him over. "Aiden, hey, can you help me with something?" she called out. He walked over with a polite smile. Tourists probably ask him for things all day. Savannah turned her back to him, glanced at me, then looked back at him. "Can you get my back with sunscreen?" My boyfriend gets weirdly jealous about this stuff. I was sitting right there, silent, holding the bottle she had asked me to bring. Her friends went quiet. Tyler looked down at his phone. Aiden looked uncomfortable, like he knew he had been dragged into something he did not want to be a part of. In that moment, she did not just joke about me. She used me as the punchline to impress a stranger. This is the kind of joke people hide behind when they want to disrespect you without admitting that is what they are doing. I did not yell, I did not argue, I just said one word. "Okay." I stood up and walked back toward the resort. I could hear Savannah behind me. "Oh my God, Liam, I was joking," she called out. I kept walking. Back in our room, I started packing my things. While I was folding clothes into my bag, I noticed the resort bill slipped under the door. I picked it up and looked at the charges. There were things I did not recognize. A spa package, an upgraded room service order, a private wellness consultation. All charged to a credit card I had given Savannah once for emergencies last year. I had forgotten it was still saved in her wallet. I called the front desk and told them to lock that card from any future charges. Then I finished packing, booked a flight home for that evening, and left for the airport. While I was on my way, Savannah started texting. At first it was confusion. "Where did you go?" "Are you seriously leaving?" Then anger. "You are overreacting. You are being so immature." Then panic. "Liam, please call me. There is a problem with the hotel." The last text before I turned on airplane mode was, "If you walk out over this, do not bother coming back." I did not reply. Back in my Denver apartment, the question hit me. Did I just blow up a 2-year relationship over sunscreen on the beach? Part of me felt like I had finally stood up for myself. Another part wondered if I had gone too far. A few days later, I got more information than I expected. On Sunday, one of Savannah's friends from the trip, Emily, sent me a private message. She and I had met a few times before at events. She had always seemed more grounded than the rest. She said she felt bad about everything and thought I should see something. Then she sent screenshots of a group chat from before the trip. In one message, Savannah had written, "Liam's too logical to ever actually leave. I can push his buttons and he will just analyze it to death and move on." In another, she said, "He will not do anything. He is too invested." Emily wrote, "She has been saying stuff like this for a while. None of us thought it was okay, but we did not know how to tell you." That hit me harder than the sunscreen moment. It was not just random disrespect. It was planned. She had been testing my limits on purpose because she believed I did not have any. This is something important to notice. When someone openly tells their friends you will never leave, they are not confused about your boundaries. They are counting on you not to enforce them. On Monday, Tyler reached out to me through LinkedIn. He said, "I owe you an apology. I did not understand the full situation until after you left." He explained that Savannah had been flirting with him for the past 2 months. They had gone for coffee a few times. She told him our relationship was basically over, that I was more like a roommate than a boyfriend, and that she was just waiting for the right moment to end things. He said that once he saw us together on the trip and realized I had no idea, he backed off and felt sick about the whole thing. "She made it sound like you guys were done," he wrote. "I would not have gone along with it if I had known the truth. I am really sorry." It was another punch, but it also made things clearer. Savannah had not just disrespected me on one beach day. She had been setting up other options while keeping me in place for stability. Then the resort situation escalated. On Tuesday, I got an email from their billing department. They were requesting payment for several charges made under my name. Beyond the spa and room service, they listed a private yacht photo shoot for over $1,300 and a luxury wellness package. I wrote back. I kept it polite and simple. I explained that I had left the property early, that those charges were made without my authorization, and that they needed to contact Savannah directly. I gave them her full contact information and CC'd her on the email. Savannah called me as soon as it came through. I let it go to voicemail. She texted, "Are you serious right now? You are really going to leave me stranded here?" I replied with 4 words. "Please settle your charges." That was it. What came next were long voice messages. She cried, said I was being cruel, that she was embarrassed, that her friends were judging her. She said the beach thing was just a joke, and I was blowing everything out of proportion. But now I had Emily's screenshots and Tyler's messages. I knew it was not just one joke, one day, one mistake. The beach moment was simply the point where the pattern finally became too obvious to ignore. For 2 years I had communicated. I had asked her to tone things down. I had told her how her flirting made me feel. Every time, she brushed it off. She heard me, but she never believed I would act on what I said. A lot of people call this poor communication, but sometimes it is not that you did not speak. It is that the other person never took your words seriously. While Savannah was trying to sort out the resort bill in San Diego, I was back in Denver. The apartment was quiet, no ring lights, no constant recording, no drama, just quiet. The quiet felt good, then it got louder again, but in a different way. About a week later, I started getting tagged in TikTok videos. Someone at the resort had filmed Savannah at the front desk. In the clip, she was arguing with the staff because they would not let her check out due to the unpaid charges. You could hear her saying, "This is ridiculous. My boyfriend is being vindictive. He left me here on purpose." The video started to spread. The caption called it an influencer meltdown at a fancy resort. People in the comments dragged her for treating the staff badly and expecting someone else to clean up her mess. Someone found her Instagram and connected who she was. The comments on her posts turned sour fast. In the group chat with her influencer friends, things were also falling apart. More screenshots found their way to me through Emily. One friend, Chloe, wrote, "You literally told him to leave if he had a problem. He left. Now you are mad he took you at your word." Another friend, Daniel, said, "You kept him around as backup while flirting with other guys. That is not what you call empowerment." Savannah responded by posting an Instagram story. "When insecure men run away from strong women, the strong women stay winning." It was clearly about me, but the story did not land the way she hoped. Emily and another friend, Maya, commented publicly. Emily wrote, "Strong women do not humiliate their partners in public and then act surprised when there are consequences." Maya added, "Maybe try accountability instead of playing victim." Savannah deleted the story within an hour, but the screenshots had already spread. Her follower count started to drop. Not a collapse, but a steady decline. She called me again on Friday night. This time I answered. She was sobbing, not staged, not dramatic, just tired and broken. "It was one joke," she said. "One stupid joke on the beach. How did we get here?" I stayed calm. "It was not one joke, Savannah," I said. "It was every moment leading up to it. You telling your friends I would never leave. You telling Tyler I was basically your roommate. You using my card without asking. 2 years of you testing how far you could push me because you were sure I would stay." She said I should have fought for the relationship, that I should have stayed and worked through things, that walking away meant I gave up. "You told me not to come back if I left," I said. "I just listened to you." There was a long silence. Very quietly, she said, "I did not think you actually would." "I know," I said. She hung up. After that, I heard secondhand that she had to call her mother to wire money for the resort bill. Her credit cards were maxed out from keeping up her influencer lifestyle. The yacht shoot and wellness package were meant for a brand deal that had fallen through. Her follower count kept slipping. Tyler stopped responding to her after she tried to blame him in the group chat, saying he had pursued her. He had the screenshots to prove that was not true, and their friends knew it. The beach video got turned into a meme in some corners of the internet. Savannah's name got attached to it. That cannot be easy to come back from when your job is your image. As for me, my life became simple again. I started spending time with friends I had ignored. I ran more. I slept better. The constant tension in my chest started to fade. Some people asked if I regretted how I handled it. I thought about it a lot. The truth is, no. I had already tried the version where you stay, explain, and hope. This time, I chose the version where you leave when your line is crossed. A few weeks later, the resort emailed again. They said they had done a full audit of the charges and found something new. Savannah had tried to add Tyler as an additional authorized guest on the room without going through proper channels. She was trying to give him access to room benefits under my name. The resort flagged it. They apologized for the confusion and confirmed I was not responsible for any of the charges. They said they had resolved payment with her directly. The detail about Tyler being added to the room hit me in a different way. It confirmed what I already knew but had not put into words. She had been trying to build something with another guy during a trip I was on. That is not harmless flirting. That is planning. Emily told me later that Savannah moved back to her mom's place in Arizona and decided to take a break from social media. Her account is still up, but she has not posted in a while. Her numbers dropped below 70,000. That matters a lot when your income depends on your image. Tyler reached out one more time. He said he appreciated how I had handled things and still felt bad about the role he played. I told him I did not hold anything against him. Savannah had lied to both of us. We are not friends, but there is no bad blood. Then my life took a softer turn. About a month ago, I met someone new. Her name is Mia. She is 33 and works as a brand strategist. We met at a dinner party through a mutual friend. We ended up talking longer than anyone else at the table. We have been on a few dates. We are taking it slow. The difference in energy is hard to describe but easy to feel. Mia is calm. She communicates directly. When she says something, it lines up with what she does. On our second date, I told her the short version of what happened with Savannah. I did not give every detail, just enough to explain that I recently got out of something messy. She listened, asked a couple of simple questions, and said, "That sounds exhausting. I am glad you got out. No judgment here." Being heard like that, without drama or blame, felt new. I do not know yet where things with Mia will go, but I know this. I am not watching every word I say. I am not scanning the room for the next public embarrassment. I am not waiting for my own boundaries to be turned into a joke. Last week, Savannah sent one final email. It was long, full of reflection and apology. She said she missed the stability I brought. She said she had been selfish and understood why I left. She asked if we could talk and maybe rebuild some kind of friendship. I read it twice. Then I forwarded it to Emily and thanked her for being honest with me when it mattered. After that, I archived the email and moved on. I do not owe Savannah a conversation to help her feel better about the choices she made. She did not just lose me because I stopped caring. She lost me because she treated my presence like something guaranteed no matter what she did. For a long time, I thought peace meant not causing trouble, not walking away, not making strong choices other people might judge. Now I understand it differently. Peace is knowing when to remove yourself from chaos. It is choosing your own well-being over someone else's comfort. It is seeing a pattern clearly and stepping out of it, even if people on the outside think you are overreacting. Savannah did not lose me on that one afternoon on the beach. She lost me over 2 years of small decisions where she chose her ego over our relationship. The sunscreen moment was just the day I finally believed what her actions had been telling me all along. Today, I am in Denver, quietly building something healthier. I am reconnecting with parts of myself I had put on hold. I am no longer walking on eggshells. I am not refreshing someone's profile to see where they are or what they are doing. I have learned that peace is not boring. Peace is what you feel when you stop entertaining chaos. Lesson 1. If your partner uses you as a joke in front of strangers, they are telling you how they value you, not how funny they are. Lesson 2. When someone openly assumes you will never leave, they are already taking your loyalty for granted. Lesson 3. Flirting is not just being friendly when it comes with secret coffee dates and backup plans. Pay attention to patterns, not excuses. Lesson 4. You can communicate your boundaries clearly and still be ignored. At some point, the next step is not another talk. It is a decision. Lesson 5. You do not owe closure to someone who only started reflecting after they lost access to you. Lesson 6. Real peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the result of walking away from people who create conflict and call it normal. What would you have done when she told a stranger on the beach that you were weirdly jealous with you sitting right there? Have you ever stayed too long with someone who kept testing your boundaries because they thought you would never actually leave?